There you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
All right, here we go. 3, 19.
On second down, it's Bell. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be third down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Detroit! Detroit!
On second down, here's Rudolph. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. The give is to Bell. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. And they'll go on the ground. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Rudolph. And this one is incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Lucky 56.
Mayfield on play action. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Malone. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Foreman. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd down, Mayfield. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like
yeah,
that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Green 39! Green 39! Detroit! Detroit!
Now Foreman. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out at Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Mayfield looks to throw. to Mixon on the check down. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. They'll run with Foreman. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
A carry for Foreman. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Third and short yardage, Mayfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Artie Burns. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A give to Bell. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll pitch it out to Bell. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
But there's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals getting set to go. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Detroit! Detroit!
The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield now on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to the ground, this time to Bell. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. This complete left side to Aguilar. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Nelson Aguilar. An even 90 yards. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Lucky 56.
Now Rudolph on 1st down. Over the middle here to Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, Rudolph. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Bell so light on his feet. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And on 3rd and inches, we're going to get a whistle and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now a handoff, running left is Bell. They find some open field here. Bell sheds him off. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Boswell's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break. Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter. I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half. We'll see if they do just that. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They run again with Foreman, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead. Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Set. 319. 319.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And the Bengals on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. From the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the comebacker.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Mayfield now from the 50. He'll buy some time right. Wide open receiver complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Mayfield off the play fake. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. In for the score. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll go again with Bell. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Detroit!
Play action. It's Rudolph. He's going to launch this thing. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here comes a 1st down throw for Rudolph. Goes underneath for Bell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Detroit!
On 2nd and 10, Rudolph. His throw caught at about the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. They come out here in the I.
Watch him now, Barney!
Then on the ground they go with the running back. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone! Detroit!
Throwing, Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
56. Lucky 56.
Play fake. Mayfield. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Now Bell. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Again, it's Bell. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. He gets it to Brown, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Rudolph. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. He's back to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
He'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out.
you.